Hello friends, it's Kelly Pullum here, also known as Crafting Granny, and today I'm going to make a simple stamping card using the Ringed with Nature stamp set. I hope that you'll enjoy it. It's super easy. I am using the masking technique today, so that means I'm going to use a post-it note to do some masking. So this is the stamp set that I'm using, and it's got a variety of images for a number of seasons, but today I'm focusing on the poinsettia image and the leaf, which is hiding. There it is. And I'm going to use the Merry Christmas sentiment from the top here. Okay, so to get started with, I'm going to use a piece of basic white cardstock. This is cut to 2 3/4 by 4. I'm looking around here for my stamp mat because I'm using a clear stamp today. So using a stamp mat helps to get a better image. I'm using 2 ink pads for my poinsettia. I'm using the Real Red and the Garden Green. So I'm going to start off actually with the Garden Green to do my Merry Christmas sentiment here. So if you're new to stamping, I'm barely touching my stamp pad because Stampin' Up! Inks are very juicy and you don't want to get too much ink on it. So you just need to barely touch the stamp pad. Then I'm going down with the ink. I am not rocking back and forth. I'm coming down and straight up, and we get a lovely image there. If I was to rock back and forth like this, the image would probably blur. Okay, now I'm going to start with my poinsettia, and I'm going to stamp that here just to the right of my sentiment. Now you notice the sentiment is a little lower than halfway and very close to the left edge here. I do not have a lot of extra space. Now in order to add the leaves to my stamp, I need to use something to mask, because if I stamped with green over top here, I would get a lot of muddy color where the images overlap. So I'm going to get a post-it note here. And we're going to just stamp that poinsettia image onto the post-it note, like so. Then I can take my paper snips and I can cut around the outside edges here to make a mask that I can then use to do my stamping. So I'm going to set that one aside. I've pre-cut one so you didn't have to watch me do all the cutting because it's just not that exciting. So now I can take this, place it over top of the stamped image that's there, and come with my Garden Green ink and my leaf. And now I can go around here and just choose where I want to add some leaves to my poinsettia. Okay, I think one more. Let's try one. I'm going to just have a peek, and because this is just, so I can do that. So I'm trying to decide, do I want down here or up here? I think I'm going with the up high option. So I'm going to do one up here, maybe right here. There. Okay, let's see if it turned out here. Beautiful. Okay, so now I've got my poinsettia, and that looks lovely. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I have a piece of Garden Green cardstock that is cut to 3 by 4 1/4. It's just 1/4 inch larger than the card base itself. And I seem to have lost my stamp and seal, so I'm going to use my liquid adhesive this morning. when I'm using the liquid glue on a piece of the regular cardstock, I like to flatten the lines just because sometimes I find if I don't, I can see a little line underneath my my paper there, and I don't like that. So there we go. We'll put that on like so. I'm going to set that aside now and bring in a piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4. Now this time I'm going to need to bring in my grid paper here because when I stamp I'm going to be going off the edge of the cardstock, and I don't want to get ink onto my stamp mat underneath, because if I do, it might accidentally get on another card. So I'm going to start again with my Real Red to do a poinsettia. This time I'm going to bring the poinsettia down here into the bottom. There. Okay, now I'm going to want to add some greenery, but I also want to add more poinsettias. So I'm going to take this piece, cover it up, and I'm going to add a little bit of a poinsettia over here, coming off the edge. And I'm going to add another one down here. I think I'm going to, there, I like that angle. Okay. All right. So now I want to go back and I want to stamp the foliage to go with my poinsettias. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start, and it's a little harder, once you've done this, it's a little harder to figure out where to place your poinsettia, I'll be honest. So I'm going to start there, and then I'm going to come back in with my green. Stamp a leaf here. And I'm going to move my poinsettia over here. There. Now I can add some green down here and some green up here. There. And I'm going to move it one more time here, trying to find where these leaves go. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Just keep turning, turning, turning till everything finds its spot. There we go, at last. Cover that up. Get my green. And I'm going to come up here and in here. And let's see if I decide that's enough. I think I might want another one down here. So I'm going to put this back on. There. And just do one more down in here to fill that space. And there we go. Lovely. So now I'm going to take this piece. I have a piece of Real Red cardstock. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to put my, oh, I got a little smudge. I'm going to put my card insert inside here. we go. And then I'm going to put my front panel on the front here on an angle, and I just think that looks beautiful. So there you have our simple stamping card for this Saturday using the Ringed with Nature stamp set. Now you can imagine you could do all kinds of other things with this stamp set. You could use the same similar sort of design and use the fall images. You could do one with the home as your focal point. You could do one with acorns as your focal point, all kinds of things. In fact, I might take this and do a couple sort of welcome to the neighborhood cards, because our house is for sale on this street. It's unbelievable how many. My husband and I are getting a complex thinking that people are moving out because we moved in. But anyway, we're going to have some new neighbors. So I might just use this same stamp set to make some welcome to the neighborhood cards for my new neighbors. Anyway, I hope you liked this simple stamping card. If you did, it would be wonderful if you would like the video and subscribe. And also, it would be really great if you would share the video with your friends, let them know about stamping, and hopefully they will find me and follow me as well. Have a great Saturday, friends, and I'll see you next Saturday for another simple stamping card. Bye now.